Well, I'm so thrilled to. This is the first time in all the years we always do in the festive season, a global gathering with our Journey beloveds. And I was so happy when Gabby suggested, why don't we invite their friends and their family and their loved ones? And so it's just such a gift to have everyone here. And so a heartfelt welcome from me as well. And Gabby mentioned the theme that we have for this particular Christmas. And often it's, something about forgiveness and finding forgiveness for ourselves or for our loved ones, or meeting and clearing the stress that always comes with this particular time of year. And this year, it came up for Gabby and also for me that so often we're walking through life and we're holding on to what we're responsible for what, we're struggling, trying to make it happen. And I have to admit, for many people this whole past year of 2025, it's been a year. It's been a year of struggling and stress and striving. And I've become aware as I've been opening over this last year that there's a way that unknowingly we kind of give ourselves a job and it's our responsibility, and that we have to take charge and be in control of a certain area of our life. And it actually terrifies us just to think of the possibility, what if we were to offer it up to grace? What if we were to offer this area of my life up to the infinite intelligence that is the soul, that is the self? And for those of you new to the journey, one of the things that science has found is when we are newly born, so an infant, we feel ourselves to be this vast field of love, of awareness, pervading all of existence. As a matter of fact, we feel ourselves to be in such a bath of oneness that when Mother's hand comes before our eyes, we actually feel Mother's hand as being part of ourselves. That's how vast this vast infinite field of love, of enlightened awareness is. This that is
Ah,
our true essence, that is our soul.
non m'accommodo.
But unfortunately, through the life's pains and trials, we lose touch with our essence, with our soul. And it cuts covered over with a series of lies and shutdowns and limitations and negative beliefs. And we forget that there was a time in our life where we felt connected to everything. And what if it were possible this season to open into that, open into this love that is your essence, into the peace that you came in as? And what if instead of your mind being in charge, your will being in charge, your ego being in charge of whatever it is that's going on in your life, what if you were to surrender it all to grace, to your own soul, to this love, and let your mind step away and let something greater do the doing of your life? It would allow for a much more graceful flow and a much more easeful holiday season. And so often our holiday seasons they're meant to be full of magic and joy. We're getting together with friends and family. And even if this isn't your particular time of year that's your favorite, still, it's meant to be a time of connection. But by the time we get to the holidays, we can be so stressed out as we're trying to finish our jobs up at work so we can spend some time with our loved ones. And we have last minute gifts that we're buying. And also these unborn, unexpressed resentments that we may not have seen someone for a year and suddenly we're thrown into a social context with them. And we're meant to feel loving and welcoming and full of joy. And in fact, we feel full of resentment. And what if this could be a different kind of holiday season for us, where instead of all of the stress that I just mentioned, we felt in flow with ourselves and felt that we could speak from that is the truth, from an authentic place, from this that is our own being, our own heart. And what if we were guided by that? And so I thought we'd do a whole session today where we'll get a chance to really reflect back on some of the areas of our life where we're aware that we're struggling, we're striving, we're pushing, we're forcing our will, we're trying to figure out how to make it happen, and we're holding a tight rein on that part of our life. And then we're going to uncover, well, are the beliefs in place that are stored inside me that would make me hold on for dear life to this area of my life? And we're going to have a chance to clear them all out so that this vast field of peace, of love, can become a wordless guidance that allows us to flow into the holiday season from a place of connection to ourself, to life, and with each other. So I thought it would be beautiful before we even start even contemplating all those areas that maybe we've been holding too tightly, that we first have a short meditation where we give a chance to soften our bodies, let release some of the control that's here, open our hearts, open our beings. And so if you'd like to join me, let's go into a short meditation just to open ourselves so that we can then begin to go into this deep process work we're going to be undergoing. So if you'd like to join me, let's all together take a nice deep breath in, letting it out and closing your eyes and taking another nice deep breath in. And with the out breath, just blowing all the stress that's been with you of late outside of the room. And breathing into the room, an openness, and breathing a breath in of openness. And the willingness to uncover these negative beliefs that have kept these holding patterns in place. Breathing that in. And trust. Trusting in yourself, your own soul, but actually your heart wants you to come home to your true essence, to that infinite intelligence, that love, that field of awareness, that oneness that you came in as. And so trusting in our heart's prayer to come home and breathing that trust into the room. And also the willingness to be exposed to whatever your own truth wants to reveal, to whatever your own body, your own heart wants to expose. Breathing that exposure into the room. And now letting your heart be as wide as the world. Wide enough to welcome all of life, all of existence, into this vast open sky of your being. And it's spacious and vast and free and endless in front of you. It's boundlessly spacious and vast behind. Infinitely free to all sides. And we're just resting now, soaking, steeping in this vast open sky of all acceptance. And now giving permission to your body that this is your time just to relax now. Smoothing your own forehead and softening the corners around your eyes. Relaxing and releasing the facial muscles. Letting go the grip of your jaw. You know, we all of us carry so much tension. And because it's so habituated, we don't even notice it. And there's so much control in the jaw area. And so choosing right now to let your jaw flop open. Just release the grip of the jaw, softening your control, and softening the corners of your own mouth. And you can even soften the roof of your mouth and relaxing your throat and your neck muscles. So often in the past, as a young child, I used to choke back all my emotions. And these days, as an adult, often when I just soften and release the throat and the neck muscles, letting them become flaccid and loose, like spaghetti noodles, those unshed tears that I was so good as choking back as a child, they come up unbidden. And so relaxing your throat and your neck, as if you're saying to your body, it's okay just to feel whatever's here. Everything's welcome here. And now softening your own shoulders. And very often it can feel like we carry this great, huge burden of responsibility, a job that is self-given. And imagining right now that you're going to offer up all this responsibility into the hands of grace, into the hands of the divine. And imagine that some force of life is coming or some angels, and they're going to lift this burden off your shoulders now and throw it into the sun. Lifting it off your shoulders and throwing it into the sun. And then taking your shoulders and lifting them towards your ears, rotating them back, and let it drop down now. Up towards the ears, rotating them back and letting them drop down now. And now going to the chest area and consciously choosing to soften this whole area, the heart area. So often I thought I was being so heart open in the past. And yet when I went to this area of my body, I found that there was a way I'd closed off my heart. I was so afraid of getting hurt again. And so consciously choosing right now, open the door to your own heart as if you're saying, I am open to life. And the truth is, there have been billions of molecules with your name on it, knocking at your door your whole life. Molecules of grace, of love, of joy. And so, not only opening the front of your heart and your chest, but open the whole front of your body and breathe in that grace, that love, that life force, that light. And with the out breath, just releasing whatever's here to be released and breathing it in, letting it flood all the organs in your torso. And with the out breath, releasing what's here to be released and breathing it in, flooding into your chest area, that light, that love. And with the out breath, releasing here whatever's to be released and breathing into your solar plexus and your waistline area. And with the out breath, a releasing's going on. A letting go is happening. And breathing into the belly, into the pelvic region. And with the out breath, a release is happening. And letting it flood all the way into the whole of the torso and into your bottom. And breathe in a breath of life, of grace, of awareness, and letting it, with the out breath, flow out whatever you're able to let go of in your upper thighs, your middle of thighs, knees, legs, and feet. And just keep breathing life, grace in, light in. And with the out breath, some sort of softening and letting go and release is happening. And now going to the area in front of your body. And sometimes it can feel like we're bracing against life, like we're defending against life, as if something bad is going to happen. And imagine right now that you're choosing to let that wall that may be in front of you crumble into so much gravel and turn into dust and be swept out of the room. And sometimes it can feel like our body is the armor. And so opening the front door of that armor, the back door of that armor, the side doors, take the masks off and let the whole suit of pseudo armor drop down to the ground and be swept out of the room. And you're just left as open exposure to your own self. And then going to wherever mind is. And even the mind holds tension. It can feel like a tightly held fist or a tightly held flower bud. And take a deep breath into the mind area. And with the out breath, letting the mind open like a flower to the sun. And another neat, nice deep breath in, letting the mind open like a flower to the sun. And so mind is open, heart is open, body is open, being is open, consciousness is open. And awareness is aware that it's vast and infinite, spacious and free in front of you. That it's boundlessly spacious and vast, behind, free and endless, spacious to all sides. And we're just resting here in this vast open field of presence, awareness, of love. And there's nothing to do here to attain this love. Nothing to achieve here. Nothing to know. Nothing to learn. Nothing to prove. There's just this ocean of awareness. We're just resting in this, soaking, steeping in this, as this, so that eyes open or eyes closed. Same, same. Taking a nice deep breath in and sighing it out. And another nice deep breath in and sighing it out. And continuing to rest here. Soak, steep in this, as this. And when the eyes are ready, you can open them now into this vast field of awareness, so that eyes open or eyes closed, same thing. And so taking another nice deep breath in and sighing it out. And if the eyes have not yet opened, this is your invitation to open your eyes now. And you can open your eyes now. So, with your eyes open, just allowing awareness to stay open, spacious and vast in front of you. Be spacious and infinite behind, and free and vast to all sides. And we'll let this whole session take place in this vaster context of being. So, I'm going to invite everyone to take a moment and let's put a piece of paper in front of us and a pen or a pencil. And I'll take mine out as well. And we're going to just do a little, let's call it a divine experiment. And let us take another nice deep breath in and letting it out and closing your eyes for a moment and casting your mind back over the last year and see the various areas of your life where there's some area of your life that you've been holding a tight rein on, that you feel like you've got to keep in control of. And yet, the more you've tightened the reins, the less that it goes the way you want, where it kind of feels like you're trying to shove a square peg into a round hole. And this struggle consciousness with this area of your life, where your life's going along okay, but in this area, this is an area which you're really holding on tightly to, as if somehow you'll be in more control in this area. So cast your awareness back over the last year and see the various areas of your life where this may be happening. And it might be happening in your job or in relationship. It might be happening in your creativity, your parenting. It might be happening in some aspect of a sport that you're doing, where some aspect of it, it doesn't feel like it's in the flow. You're not in the zone. It's not flowing gracefully, but instead you feel somehow a tight heldness, a contraction of taking control, of fighting and struggling with this area of your life. So bring up this particular area of your life into awareness, and now speak that out loud into your room so that you're consciously aware of what area of your life you're going to be dealing with right now. So just speak it out loud in your room. One, two, three. Okay, so you're very clear what the area is that you've been holding, that you've been controlling, that you've been striving, struggling, pushing it with. And closing your eyes again, asking, if I were to offer this up to life, to grace, and say, listen, you take care of it. If I'm going to offer this up to that infinite intelligence, to something larger than my mind, my force of will, if I'm going to really offer this up, what do I fear might take place if I let go the reins of control in this area of my life? What, if you fully surrender it and let it go, it's no longer in your hands. What are some of the negative beliefs you have? Some of the fears that you have that might take place were you to just let it go and give up control of this area of your life? And now softly open your eyes and just have that piece of paper in front of you and the pen and just begin writing down. And I'm going to ask you some questions. What are your beliefs around what might happen if you were to let go of control in this area of your life that you have so much control in? And just write it down like as fast as you can. It was almost like you're a scribe, automatic writing. What do you believe might happen? What do you fear might happen? What is the worst that could happen if you completely let go of this area of your life and let something larger be in charge? What are some of the negative beliefs? And just keep writing them down one after another. What are the fear that do you fear might happen? Beliefs? Obviously, one of the ones coming up for me as I'm writing right now is a fear of losing control and completely being out of control. But I don't know what beliefs are coming up for you, but keep writing them down. What else do you fear that if you completely let go of this area and offered it up to the infinite intelligence, to your soul, to life, to grace, to the divine, if you were to completely let go of it and put something larger than you in charge, what else do you fear would happen? And just write down. What else? What else do you fear or believe might happen? What is the worst that could happen if you completely let go control and let something else take over? And just keep writing them down. Anything that just comes up, just pops up in your awareness. Sometimes it can feel like we're going to lose everything if we let go the reins of control in this area of our life, that somehow we'll lose everything by letting something greater take over. So, looking at some of the beliefs that you've written down, some of the fears that you have there, of all of them, what is the strongest negative belief that's coming up for you? That if I really offer everything up to the divine, what might happen to me? If I let it all go into the infinite intelligence and really surrender and let something else take over, what's that deepest fear, that deepest belief? And circle that one right now. And now, if you would like to be willing to write in the chat box, just write in the chat box what are some of the worst of the negative beliefs that you've just written down? What are some of the worst of them? And just type it into the chat box and Gabby will read it out loud.
Yeah, many are coming in. I will starve to death. Uh, Nothing changes. I will die of shame, lose control and fear of failure. Am I good
Wow.
enough? Being at the mercy of other people and get hurt. Totally lost. It's not mine. Something dark could take over. I won't be loved anymore. I'm not good enough.
Wow.
Um, my son will die. Dass ich aufgebe, that I'll give up. I will be forgotten and die. Nothing will happen. I will stay alone. I stop living. I lose myself. I lose my home, shame. That I lived a life with no purpose. That I will be worthless and live in permanent self-hate. I am worthless, on and on, be alone, totally
Wow.
vulnerable. So
Wow.
it's a
Wow.
long
Wow.
list, yes. Thank you,
It's
everybody, for being so active and participating here. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
blown away and actually deeply moved
Yeah.
by some of what was just revealed right there. And you can hear and experience just how strongly you're holding tight because there's even fear of death in there. There's fear of loss of a child. There's ultimate shame and nobody will love you. And so this, you can see how it is that we hold on to this area of our life and yet we're choking it. We're choking the life out of this area. Our very striving, our very force of will, our very control is making it so that no grace can flow, no life can get into this area. And so I'd love for us to do a little divine experiment here. I want you to circle the strongest negative belief that's on your page. And there were some strong ones that showed up. But circle that strongest negative belief. And now close your eyes and into your room, speak out loud this that is the strongest negative belief, but really let the universe know what your strongest fear is, your strongest negative belief is. And just on the count of three, just speak it out into your room. One, two, three. And now staying wide open and just asking if there were an even deeper belief beneath this more surface belief, if there were an even deeper belief, I wonder what that deeper belief might be. And just open and go into the core of that surface belief. If there were an even deeper belief, what might it be? And just on the count of three, speak it out into your room. One, two, three. And now asking if your heart, if your soul were to reveal to you now the foundational belief upon which all the other beliefs are standing, if there were a foundational belief that was sort of the genesis, the origin of all those negative beliefs, what might that foundational belief be? If there were a foundational belief upon which all the others are standing, what might that foundational belief be? And on the count of three, just speak it out to your room. And even if you're not sure, just inquire of your heart, your soul, what might it be? And just blurt out into the room whatever comes up for you. 1, 2, 3. And now, if this foundational belief were like this carpet, this rug, and all the beliefs were stacked up on top of it like a stack of cards, but the foundational belief was like this carpet upon which all the other cards, a house of cards, were standing. If you were to take hold of this foundational belief right now and rip it out, just take hold of it and tear it out. Just take hold of this rug and rip it away and let all the other beliefs cascade and fall away and be swept out of the room. When that foundational belief has been torn away and swept out of the room, what remains here? What's here? Who are you without these negative beliefs? What remains? Who are you? Who are you? What is here when all beliefs have fallen away? Who are you? What are you? What remains? And just resting here in this spacious presence, allowing it to expand even vaster in front of you, even more boundlessly behind, and vastly to all sides. And just rest here in this that is belief-free, this that is your essence, your being. And what is the nature of this that's here? What is the quality? What is this? Just resting here, taking a nice deep breath in, letting it out, and opening your eyes. And you can just write into the chat box what's here. When all beliefs have fallen away and been swept out, what remains? Who are you? What are you? And if you like, you can even speak it.
You can. It's coming so fast. Peace and love, eternal peace, softness, joy, oneness. It's love, I am, trust, nothingness, eternity, expansion, purity, taken care of by grace. I am meant to be here. Welcome, love, stability, joy. Finally, I can relax. Peace, simply being, sphere, peace and love, God's creation, tears, freedom, limitlessness, light, someone with full of love. Oh, I get goosebumps just reading those. Deep,
Oh,
deep
that's
love, a
beautiful. You're
delightful little
speaking
girl
about your,
filled with love.
you're speaking about your soul. This is your essence. This is who you are.
Just
When I
me.
just to offer everything, I'm offering it to that I am, that presence that pervades all of existence. And so there's a recognition that without these beliefs in the way, you're resting in yourself, and there's a peace here. And it's this peace that can wordlessly guide you in your life. Now, I'd like to continue clearing out these beliefs. So if you'd like to join me again, let's close our eyes for another divine experiment. And imagining right now, there's a younger you standing in front of you. That's zero right up until 1 minute ago. So it's a younger you. And then there's a present day you, and you're sitting at a campfire. And there's also a mentor whose divine wisdom you trust. And it can be a saint or a sage or an enlightened master or an angel, but someone in whose divine presence you feel safe and whose wisdom you trust. So there's the present day you sitting here, and in your mind's eye, a younger you before you. And I'd like to ask this mentor, this divine mentor, to come and completely go inside the body of the younger you and sweep you clean, wash you clean, completely sweep out all the places inside your body where these old beliefs, some of them weren't even yours. They belonged to your parents or to your family or to your culture, your religion. They may not even be yours, but somehow you absorbed them, either through your DNA or through absorbing them like a sponge in life. And so having a mentor go inside the body of that younger you and wash you clean or sweep you clean or vacuum you clean, going into all the corners and just keep sweeping you clean, washing you clean, going to all parts of your inside of the body, of all of these beliefs. And the mentor is going to sweep them all clean and put them into a beautiful box. But for right now, sweeping the body clean, go into the tiny corners that you've been ignoring, where the cobwebs are, where the dust has collected, those little areas you've not wanted to even visit, have it swept clean, vacuum clean, wash clean, and go into all areas of the body, into the torso and the legs and the brain and the eyes and the face. Let the mentor sweep you clean of all those negative beliefs so they're no longer hanging out in your cells or anywhere in consciousness, and sweep you clean, completely wash you clean, and then take it all and let the mentor step outside your body. And all of these beliefs have been swept out of your body, put into a beautiful box, tied up with a ribbon, and thrown into a bonfire of truth. And feeling them being burned, transmuted into ash. And now have the mentor speak out loud into your room some healthy beliefs, some truthful beliefs, like I am love, I am freedom, I'm full of grace, I can flow and listen to my own heart and be guided by truth. Whatever words express healthy, wholesome beliefs that the mentor is going to install inside your body right now. So, on the count of three, speaking a few healthy, wholesome beliefs. 1, 2, 3. Speaking that into the room. I have permission to love life, to enjoy life, to be free, to be myself. whatever that healthy belief is or beliefs. Let the mentor install them inside your body. Keeps voicing them out loud, healthy beliefs, installing them in the body of the younger you. And now flooding that younger you with light, with joy, with grace, with love. And hugging that younger you, merging with that younger you, letting that younger you grow up now in this light, this love, with healthy, wholesome beliefs that speak of freedom and truth, of love, of worthiness, of receiving and giving love. Let it all be installed inside your own body. And if the mentor had any final advice to give you, what might the mentor say to you right now? And just receive that. Speak it out loud into the room. And this campfire can disappear, and the mentor can. And you're just standing here right now, completely washed clean and with new healthy beliefs. And you're going to stand by a new campfire. And there are two paths in the shape of a V that end at the campfire. Now, the left-hand path was the old path you used to go. You struggled, you strived, you pushed, you controlled, you contracted, you were completely tight, tension-filled. And with that, you had all those negative beliefs that were holding that old way of being in place. So that's the path of the past. And that's the left-hand path, coming to a V at the campfire. Then there is the right-hand path. This is the path of freedom, where you're free from all those negative beliefs, and you're just walking freely in the consciousness of healthy, wholesome beliefs and living your life from that new consciousness. So you're right now at the apex of being able to make a choice in your life. Should I walk the old path full of struggle and strife and control and choking the life out of whatever area of my life I was struggling with? Or should I choose this healthy path of walking freely as an expression of myself with healthy, wholesome beliefs? And so this is what I call a conscious choice process, where you are being put at choice. And Goethe said, the moment you make a decision, you make that choice, it's as if the whole universe floods in to support you in it. And so I'm wanting your body, your heart, your nervous system, your mind to be absolutely aligned in making this choice that you feel is right for you. But to do that, we have to look at the old way and walk down that path and compare it to the new way. So just as a divine experiment, remember the old way, where there was a struggle and a striving and a force of your will and a contraction of the mind and a constant force going on, where you're trying to shove a square peg into a round hole, what I would call struggle consciousness in that area of your life. So let's walk down the path of the past, the old way, and just check your body, your mind, your heart, your being, what that was like. So, stepping onto the left hand path, step a day into the future. And if you were to walk down that path, the old way, what does that feel like? How are you breathing? What does your mind feel like? Your body? Your heart? It's just you a day from now, you walking down that old path and stepping into the future a week from now. And you're walking with all the old patterns and breathing that way and feeling that way. And check out your body. What does your body feel like? What does your mind feel like? What does your heart feel like? Your being. Just checking it out. Step into the future a month from now. Still walking that old path the way you used to run it before you came to this particular global gathering. And just check it out. It's you a month from now, you walking that old path, breathing that way, feeling that way, opening the consciousness of you a month from now. You, what does that feel like? What does your body feel like? Your heart, your mind, your being. And now keep walking down that path, the old way of being, to 6 months down the line. Breathing that way, feeling that way, opening into the consciousness of then. What does your heart feel like? Your mind, your body, your being. Check it out. And then walk down that same path a year from now. And just breathe how you're breathing and feel how you're feeling, opening into that old consciousness. What does that feel like? And speak it out into your room. What does that feel like? How are you breathing? How does your body feel, your mind feel, your heart feel, consciousness feel? Just really take note of it. Speak out into the room. Describe what that feels like so that even the universe knows what the path of the old feels like. Okay, turn around. Let's walk back down that path and go to the 6 month mark. Let's go to the 1 month mark. Keep walking back towards the campfire to the 1 week mark, to the 1 day mark, and take a deep breath in and jump into the now. And let that left hand path go. Okay, so now you're fully aware and you've jumped into the now and you're in the neutral zone. You're fully neutral. So now you know exactly where that old way of being would have taken you if you'd stayed running all those negative beliefs. So now let's check out what the new consciousness will be like. How we walk, knowing that who we are is this peace, this love. We have healthy, wholesome beliefs. And again, we're just going to check it out. We're going to check out how your body feels, your heart feels, your mind feels, your consciousness feels, so that you can make a true decision in alignment with your own body and your own heart about which path is right for you, the old path or the new, healthy, free, open, spacious path. So let's turn down the right-hand path. This is the new path of resting in this awareness, this love, this peace, this joy, this freedom that is yourself, with healthy, wholesome beliefs. And step now a day into the future and breathing how you're breathing, feeling how you're feeling, and open into that consciousness. Check out your heart, your mind, your body, your being. How does this feel? Maybe kind of unfamiliar because it's new, but how does it feel? Okay, let's walk down this right-hand path, the path of new, fresh, truthful being. And we're weak down the line, breathing that way, feeling that way, opening into the consciousness of you. A week from now, you. How does your heart feel? Your mind, your being. Check it all out. Your body. It's you a week from now, just living from this consciousness. Okay, let's keep walking down the line to a month from now. Breathing that way, feeling that way, opening into the consciousness of you. A month from now, you. How does it feel to live here from this consciousness of in touch with the love, the peace, the joy, the freedom that is your essence, and these healthy, wholesome beliefs here? Check out, how does your heart feel? Your mind feel? Your body feel? And your being feel? How does it all feel? Okay, let's keep walking down this path 6 months down the line. 6 months down the line, over 70% of your cells are literally all renewed, all fresh new cells. But check out your body. How's your body feeling about it? Living in connection with the self, with your soul, from the essence of who you are, from this love, with these healthy, wholesome beliefs as a natural way of being. Breathing that way, feeling that way, opening the consciousness of you 6 months down the line, you. How does your heart feel? Your mind feel? Your body feel? Your being feel? Check it all out. And now step into the future a year down the line. There won't be a single molecule in your body a year down the line that is here today. You are literally all new. So breathing how you're breathing, feeling how you're feeling, and opening into the consciousness of you a year down the line, you. How does this feel? Check in your heart, your mind, your body, your being. Check it all out. Breathing that way, feeling that way, opening the consciousness. And now speak out loud into the room and describe what it's like to live as this consciousness. So the whole universe gets this message. On the count of three, describe it out loud. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So look over to the left-hand side where the old path used to be and compare how that you looked to how this you looks. Which feels the right path for you? That is most alignment with who you are. And speak that out loud. The old way, left-hand path, or the new way, right-hand path. Speak out loud which path you are choosing right now. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's walk down, back towards the campfire to the 6-month mark, back to the 1-month mark, back to the 1-week mark, back to the 1-day mark. Take a deep breath in and jump now into the now, into the neutral zone. And you're standing by the campfire. And you're here at the threshold of decision, where you make that decision, it cuts off all other possibilities. There's a great power in decision. It comes from the root word incise, which means to cut off any other possibility. And so right now, letting that old way of being be completely transmuted into light and disappear. And you're standing at a threshold where you're at a decision point, at a choice point, where the moment you step over that threshold and slam that door shut, you are stepping and choosing to be in this new consciousness. So you're standing here now, step over that threshold, slam that door behind you, and stepping into the now, into this new, healthy, wholesome consciousness, living in connection with this love, this freedom, this joy that is your essence, that has always been who you always were and always are. And the fact that you can even conceive of this means you can start from here, starting now. And just notice what this feels like, how the molecules feel, how the energy feels, how the consciousness feels, how your being feels, your heart, your mind, now that it's aligned in choosing this path now. And taking a nice deep breath in and letting it out. Right, another nice deep breath in and letting it out. And you'll only be able to open your eyes only as soon as all parts of you are fully integrated, ready to carry on the healing process perfectly automatically of its own accord without you having to think about a thing. And so when you are fully aligned and integrated and ready to carry on living now from this consciousness, you can open your eyes now. Opening your eyes into this consciousness that's here right now. So I'd be curious to know, what was it like on the left-hand path? What is it like living the right-hand path? The path of living an expression of your true self and living with healthy, wholesome beliefs. And what was the old path like when you got a year down the line? What was the new path like when you got a year down the line? And to compare and contrast them. And if you'll write them into the chat box, Gabby will read them out loud. I'd love to hear what your experience was.
The left hand was exhausting. The right hand was free flowing and glowing. And freedom just right, just obviously the right side. Let the right hand path, the decision was made. Feeling a lightness of being, a newness of being, freedom and openness and wholesome health beliefs. On the left-hand side, Ursula said, started hating myself. On the right-hand side, happy, healthy, and trusting grace. So lots of thank yous in between. Strong, healthy, trust, freedom, just right. I have always been running faster all the time. Left. Now I have all the time left. Left, dying, right, reborn, left path, heavy, scary, right path, light with love, right, free, easy love, the right path was new, was freedom, the old was grim. There was no pressure of life on the right, no pressure towards myself. The old path, depression, right path, freedom. I didn't realize the left was quite so bad. So I feel so relaxed and open now. Love, love, freedom. The left-hand side was heavy and tired. Mich schießen. And somebody, Paula said on the left path, I would die. Charles said that on the left-hand path it was heavy, and the right-hand path was light, free, and harmonious and free. Somebody said right-hand path, freedom, hope, trust, bliss, profound gratitude, love, light, and confidence. Old part, depressing, new part, wonderful. So on it goes, on it goes. There's so many. So thank you, everybody. Your shares are amazing. This is kind of just an endless sharing. Just scroll through and look at what everybody has shared here. It is really amazing, and I'm just so grateful for everybody participating in such a beautiful, proactive way here. You know,
Well, I
beautiful.
pray that this now carries you. You've made a decision, and there's a great power in making a decision because that's when you choose to leave that behind you and all of the universe comes in to support you in this new way forward. And this is my prayer for you to move forward into the holiday season and into the new year from this level of love and grace and freedom and connected to actually who you came in as that vast field of love, of connection, of oneness that you actually came in as, that we all came in as. And so, for those of you who are in the journey, I recommend you get some more journey processes to clear out any further thing that might stand in the way of you having the most joyous season. And for those of you who are new to the journey and coming and experiencing this little Christmas treat, if you want to call it that, you might want to investigate how to continue in your journey. And I'm sure Gabby can share some of that with you. And I'm just wishing all of you the most joyous holiday season. And I'm going to be seeing you in the new year. And we'll come together again and we'll see what kind of magic can transpire. And I'm just praying your holidays are filled with love shared with your loved ones and fun times and joyous times and memories that are fulfilling and that carry you through. And just a time where there's an ease and a grace during what is often a very stressful time of year. And so I thank you with all my heart for being willing to do all these divine experiments. And until we do meet again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah. And I look so forward to meeting you again in 2026. And I'm going to leave you over to Gabby, and she can conclude and share with you how you can continue in your journey or suggest to you that if you are already doing journey work, where else you can go with it. And so, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Big love.
Mm. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brandon, for this beautiful starting meditation and then taking us into beliefs. It was really profound. And I want to thank everybody here for being so proactive, and all the sharing. The chat box has been flowing over with everybody's comments and obviously beautiful thank yous here at the end of it. And I know that we've invited friends and family who haven't done any journey seminars or journey work deeper. So it was a beautiful introduction. And I also said that I would have something at the end. And I just wanted to say that if, there are journey intensives coming up in the new year, it's a 2-day event. It is really profoundly life-changing. If you are here and you've done this work, just write in the chat box one more time. What has the journey meant to you? What has it brought into your life? For me, this happened in 1996 and it has changed everything in my life. And it was just a 2-day workshop. So these 2-day workshops happen on a regular basis. Now with the event of post-COVID, we are offering these events on a regular basis online. And I've got I said I have a few little surprises. First of all, the big surprise is that for anyone here, if you want to sign up in the next 72 hours, so 3 days, there's €100 discount. Chris, if you share the slide that I've created, just look in the chat box. It changed my life, was part of my awakening. And go back up to the beginning. I just want to just quickly walk you through what's happening. So it's a 2-day workshop where we do profound practical work. I have the huge privilege to be your host. All the teaching sessions are with Brandon, and it's very interactive. And then there is the dates we have are on the 27th and 28th of January. That's a midweek. So for those of you mums and dads who need to be at home at weekends, or some people who don't want to do anything on weekends. There is a Tuesday, Wednesday workshop in January, and in February we have a weekend, which is also for many people who are working through the week, a beautiful opportunity to participate. There is also a bonus day on the third day where we actually offer an additional day for free, which we call advanced skills. And so there we mastered the techniques, and so often the big crack happens on day 3. So this is something entirely optional, but is free of charge. And I usually experience that most people stay for the third day. And then we have a beautiful offer. There is a membership that you can stay, and you actually get 3 months of membership for free. And that just gives you opportunity to have more events with Brandon that you can just join. Some of our hosts offer special themed events. You have journey swaps. There's so many good things in the membership. So you get 3 months for free. And then also everybody who joins up gets the journey book, the audio book for free, and also the ebook. So you can read it or listen to it spoken by Brandon in person. So that's also a beautiful opportunity. And then it says here, book with confidence, because it means that if for some reason you can't make that date, you can just change to a different date. So if you can't make the January, you can change to February. If you can't do the February, you can change to April. There's always events coming up. So one booking means you don't lose it if you can't make the date for whatever reason. And then just a summary of all the bonuses that I've just mentioned here. So the value of the event is €297. The bonus day, the third day, is free of charge. 3 months membership, which is called the Journey Home, the Journey ebook and audio book, and flexibility. And for the next 3 days, everybody who books now gets €197 off. We will be sharing the replay. If you want to share this with your friends, with your loved ones, please use it and let them know. So there will be follow-up email coming that will share the codes. There is a code to get this price, which is JI100, and so it's a 72. Yeah, the code wasn't put on this slide. I apologize for that. It will be in the email that follows up. Thank you so much, Chris, for putting up the slides. It's good now. So who got a lot out of today? How was that for you? Yes, fantastic. I see a lot of hands going up. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Ulrika, Hans, everybody. Jolie, and it's so lovely to see so many people we recognize. Hi, Barry. It's lovely to see you, Charles. And yeah, it's just fabulous. It's so beautiful to get together in this way just before Christmas. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way. And here on the side, we've got so many beautiful comments of sharing what people have shared, what the journey has meant for them. So thank you, everybody, for participating. Thank you. I won't be able to take shares now, but if you have any additional questions, then just type it in the chat box, and I'm looking at it. I can see it. And I hope I will see you in the new year, and I will have the huge privilege to share one of those beautiful journey intensives with you. And for those of you who've done all the journey intensives, maybe you come and join us at one of the advanced retreats with Brandon or with Kevin. And I look forward for our paths to cross in the new year. It's just lovely to see you. Hi, Dana. Hi, Rainer. God, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. To Thierry. Yeah, it's lovely. It's beautiful, beautiful mix of people here. And some of those who we have known for a long time or many, many years. and also some people who are new to this. I wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. As Brandon already said, Happy Hanukkah. And I didn't get round at the beginning to say all the countries from where people came from, but we had all of Europe here. We had South Africa here. We had Australia here. And it's just humbling, humbling, humbling to sit here in the middle of the world in this one beautiful, beautiful Zoom room. So thank you with all my heart for participating. I'm delighted we got rid of some of these old dusty beliefs, and we stepped into love and light and freedom and beautiful. The timings, somebody's asking timings of the workshops. They usually, depending what time zone you are on. If for Central Europe, these dates are for Central Europe, and we start at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we're usually done by about 6:37 in the evening. And you actually undergo a process. You learn how to receive a process and give a process. So the tools of the journey belong to you after that weekend. And this is something that I know that all my friends in the journey say, I don't know how I would get through life without having these tools in my life, because life always presents us with something that we're not prepared for, that makes us sad or angry or fearful. And we're living in very, very challenging time. And it's so, so healthy to have a tool in our toolbox that always brings us back home into alignment, into the truth of who we are. And I know that everybody here, and I recognize so many of you, would absolutely agree with me to have this tool to come back home, to not sit in fear and spread more fear in the world. And so we do it for us, we do it for our loved ones, for our communities, and we just sprinkle a little bit more love around the world. And what a beautiful offering that is. We can all give that. So thank you, thank you, thank you one more time. Have beautiful holidays, and I see you in the new year. Thank you with all my heart for joining us today.